Hello and welcome to Staying Alive. It's a panel show about the ageing community, but we're not the ageing community, we're the power community. My name is David Hunt, and on the panel today we have Leanne Renfree, who is part of Switchboard.
Hi, David.
We have Greg Adkins, who is part of I always get this mixed up.
Anti-Violence Project.
Yes. And Gordon Wilson. Gordon, welcome, and you're volunteer extraordinaire.
Oh, only a few.
Only a few, too many. Now, today's topic is one that we're very, very conscious of, and we've actually spoken about it once before, but I think it's really important, and it was Gordon's idea to bring it up again today, and it's social isolation. Now, all of a sudden, when Gordon mentioned it, I thought, I'm glad, because I was going to talk about it today, because there are so many people that I know are present in their 40s, going into 50s, who are actually becoming lonely people. And I'm really scared of what's going to happen by the time they get to retirement. You know, like, are they going to have that social network of friends? Gordon, why did you want to talk about it?
Because it happens all the time. We find it a lot being with Vintage Men. We get quite a few inquiries from different places about, can we come and talk to people who are gay, but they're in sort of basically nursing homes and places like that. But we virtually don't have the wherewithal to sort of get from place to place to sort of visit these people.
Yep.
And it sort of got me wondering. And then I read in the paper the other day about Switchboard, which is Leanne's thing, about
nice little segue.
A system that they're getting up.
That's right, our new service.
And what is it?
Well, I can tell you about that in a sec, but also isolation generally is something that people call us about. So that goes across all age groups, goes across geographic area, LGBT and I. So, but specifically the new program that we've got going, we've called Out and About, which we're funded to have a volunteer home visiting service for older LGBTI people.
Oh, how lovely.
So it's not about providing any services or advocacy or anything like that. It's about just going to have a cup of tea, having a chat, perhaps going to a movie if the person's mobile enough, sharing life stories. We're going to have a few iPads so people can watch movies. So it's just really having some time with someone who's like-minded, where you might have a broader mainstream community that you're in, but you can't really talk as relaxed as you can with somebody who gets what you're talking about.
Where are you finding people?
People to visit?
Yep.
With the funding, the eligibility is that people have to have a home care, be eligible for a home care package.
Right.
So there are providers that provide those. So we're working with the providers to find people. We know that a lot of older LGBTI people are either in the closet or have gone back in the closet. So we have to be a little bit sensitive about how we do that. So we're doing, I guess, some mass media about that, hoping that friends who have got some older friends will refer to us, that sort of thing.
Yeah, because a lot of people might not want to tell you that they're, like sort of feeling this isolation.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Or they might not want to tell their provider that they're LGBT all right.
Yep.
So I guess we're not putting it away, are you isolated or are you feeling disconnected? It's more like, you're interested in having a friend visit for a cuppa.
Greg, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, from the Anti-Violence Project, we see a bit of that as well, but we also have where relationships are bound together so tightly that individuals lose their friends. And it's almost a form of abuse where people push away their partner's friend so they only have their partner as a friend. And all you need is a relationship to break down. Suddenly they're disconnected with their friends and they've got to rebuild those networks. And the isolation, or that sense of isolation, is enough to hold them into a relationship that's actually an abusing relationship. And we're finding that through people we talk to about relationship abuse in the LGBTI community. Yeah. So it's about building networks of friends and having a relationship that's open so that you can have friends outside of your partner and you have those valued relationships heading forward, so you're less isolated as you get older. Yeah. Very important.
Well, one of the friends that I'm thinking about now is a real powerhouse in business. It does extremely well, but he goes home at night and he's really hasn't got very many friends, and so therefore he's got a form of depression, which he's being treated for now, and he's virtually created it himself because he's spent so much time work-wise that he hasn't put enough time and effort into his social life. He volunteers a little bit, but it's still not enough to, and I was shocked, of all people, I was really shocked that he was in that position.
So David, what about people that have been in long-term relationships? Like a friend of mine, they were together for just on 50 years and one of them passed away. Now the other partner that's left, he has taken a long time to sort of do anything to get out. He's involved in a few different things like a dog school and video stuff, but it's just that he doesn't get out to meet gay people anymore.
Yep.
Well, it's difficult, and I think our community's not necessarily very receptive of older people. I mean, the scene is very much a young person scene.
But that's changing, I think,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you know, like the population is changing so much. Well, I'm thinking that anyway.
Well, you're hopeful.
I'm hopeful. There's still somebody out there for me. I know there is.
But we can reach out. I mean, we should, if we know someone's getting older or their partner's deceased, left them behind, we should reach out. We should be seeing people and engaging them. Bring them out to
That's right.
an event. Take them around to your home for dinner or a meal, or go and see a movie together. We can reach out. We don't have to be isolated ourselves in terms of people that are isolated.
But do you know what? The really nice thing is that, well, it's not a nice thing, a lesbian couple of friends in Adelaide, one of them's just died of cancer. It was very sad. And they live in a regional town now, it's a wine growing area, and they're so much part of that community. Now, both of them hadn't told their parents about being lesbians, which is really bad, and one parent's are gone. But the one that's still alive now, the community have embraced her, and they knew that they were a couple, and everyone in that town is embraced because they were really very much part of the community. And that's the hard thing, is that taking those steps, if you are a single person and getting involved in a community, it's really important.
I guess also people think that it's easy just to go along to something. They say, get out, get a hobby, join a support group. It's actually quite scary.
Yeah.
It's scary even if you're the most extroverted person to go into something new and put yourself on the line.
Yeah.
And I don't think we do enough about sort of supporting people with that sort of thing as well.
And and is that whole thing of taking that deep breath and walking into that environment and that situation. Yeah, I find it sometimes where I don't know people walking in the first time, and I know what it would be like for everyone else. Thank you for watching Staying Alive. I'm David Hunt, and I've got to thank Leanne, Greg, and Gordon. We hope you've enjoyed our show today, and watch for our next instalment, because we've got so much to talk about our community.